It was a wild one. A point on the road it's that's what we're going to come back to. Obviously, being 2-0 up and then conceding 2 is hard for the team, but it was a team performance. They never quit on each other. Blocks, we were playing with fire for big portions of the game. So pleased to get the point, but was hoping for the 3 for sure.
Thank you. We'll start with questions here, and we'll begin with Ryan Clark.
Hi, Rhian.
Hi.
What do you think was the difference down the stretch that San Diego was able to get those goals late to bring it to a draw?
I thought Casey and her staff made some good changes. They just packed the box. There was some fantastic service into it. You either get numbers back to defend the service, or you get numbers up to stop the service. And we were not able to do both at the same time. I thought they did really well. I think we need to keep the ball when we have it. We made some poor decisions when we were on it later in the game, but those are important things we've got to learn from and grow from and bring forward.
Thank you. We'll go to Paul Dancer next.
Hi, Rhian. Talk a bit about the challenge of the way they were throwing players forward, not just the second half, but the first half, because I think they had 31 crosses in the game, 8 corner kicks. Just talk about how you respond when a team kind of throws numbers forward like that.
Well, yeah, Paul, at the end of the first half and the second half, they definitely had big stretches of control. That's a piece we've got to learn from. We were giving the ball away too easily. And it's easy to say the other team played well, and they did. But when we have the ball, we have to keep it. We have to keep some possession, make them work to get it back, even sort of bringing the ball to the corner flag at certain parts later in the day. These are things that definitely we need to learn from. But they did throw numbers forward, and what that gives you is space behind them. And when we did find that space, we didn't utilize it, keep the ball, and make them work hard to get back for long enough.
We'll go back to Ryan.
Hey, Rhian, 2 performances that stood out that I'd like to get your thoughts on. Rocky in the central midfield, her physicality. What can you say about what she contributed? And then Sam Coffey being able to play the ball in that she did to Christine there in the second half.
Yeah, there's a lot of performances I can be very, very proud of from that game. I mean, you talked about 2 that just gave it their all tonight. Rocky living on the ball, switching, finding the opposite side. I thought that was really important for when we did find success. And then I think you've seen Sam grow from the first game all the way through. And I say that like the improvement trajectory of that young woman is frightening. It's great to see. And she's such a winner, such a young player who's going to be so great in the future, because she's already fantastic and just wants to keep getting better every single game she's playing, and she's getting to learn from players like Rocky and Hina and Sink, so she's in the right place.
Thank you. Last question. We'll go back to Paul.
Hey, I was just curious. It seemed like Soph was a little isolated at times, upfield as your outlet, where she really couldn't become a factor. Was that, how do you, I guess, get that connection there so you're not just dumping long balls and hoping she runs them down?
Yeah, absolutely a piece. We've got to get more numbers around her to help support her, and she's got to make a decision whether you transition on your own or whether you wait. And that's part of how she's been developing. I think she's been doing that really well in the last few games. In this game, sometimes the balance wasn't right in my eyes. I'll review the game. I haven't rewatched it yet, but she's so quick, so fast that if she just goes to net, we're not going to be able to help support her. But she started to really, in the second half, start bringing in her teammates into the game. And then I thought we started to see a lot better connection, a lot more possession on the ball in dangerous areas.
We'll wrap it there, Rhian. Thank you. Have a good rest of the night.
Thanks, guys.